Timmy, the Raptors and Hornets did business tonight down there in Charlotte. Kemba had himself a night. Dropped 40.
What?
On the boys north of the border, second quarter. Walker on the wing. Going to cross over Curtis Joseph right there. High off the glass. Closing seconds of the half. Hornets are only up 5 because it would get bigger. Kemba. Just split that double team, gets the lane. In the third, vintage Kemba. Oh my. Buries the triple. Next possession. You guessed it, more from 15. He's shimmying like Twan. And what? Off the glass. Holy mackerel. 32 points there. He ended up with 40. 6 of 9 from downtown. Hornets win big, 113-78, and he didn't even play in the fourth. Now, this is 30.
40.
That's what it said initially.
How many did he have?
Last time out, he had 40. This time out, he had 32. So the last two, 72 against the boys from Toronto.
Yeah, and they just beat up on the Trailblazers as well. So that's back-to-back wins by a combined 57 points.
Whoa.
Now, both of those games were at home, but before the previous two games, they lost 5 straight. There was a day where they were actually out of the playoff picture. Now they're back in, as that 8th seed has been really up for grabs this year. It's been quite the dogfight of who's going to be able to get in, who's going to get out.
But this is a team you trust because of 15.
I trust them. I always say this about Charlotte. I would bring them home to mom. Play well with others. They're unselfish. They pass the salt during dinner. And in this game, they played exceptional defense. You know, when you go up against Toronto, you got to disrupt their offensive rhythm. They really let Lowry and DeRozan get off. Both those guys had 20-plus points, but they kind of guarded everybody else, and then Kemba had to roll.
Not exactly surprised by the win, especially when we mentioned that Kemba had 40 last time out against these guys. But the manner in which they win, that Kemba doesn't have to play the fourth quarter with 32 after 3, I mean, that seems like a matchup nightmare if they were to match up somewhere down the line.
But my biggest thing with Toronto is their defense. There's another game they lose, another game an opponent's well up in the hundreds. Like, they don't grind out games.
No.
And once you get into the playoffs, you're going to need to do that. Are they going to be able to flip that switch and then win games 94, 92? Well, it's something to be